I just picked up a new company truck for Russell Makes. It's not the van. Went on a motorcycle ride to Lansing. Lansing? Why Lansing? Oh, I wanted to take a look at something I think I might want to buy. Alright, so I've had it about 3 weeks now. Changed the headlights, changed the wheels. This steering wheel sucks though. I don't like this steering wheel. It's tiny, it's super up high. Yeah, I need something lower and wider, so let's change this thing out. The way that was bolted on there was a little bit sketchy. I don't want to do the same thing. This is the stock steering wheel. You can see it's just been hacked up. And then this guy just kind of went on there, nutted, and then this post is sticking up. That's kind of what was engaged with that spot. It'd be easy to just slap this on there the same way, but yeah, I don't like that. And I also want to see if I can get this a little lower. I'm trying to get this aluminum rod shoved into the spline, but it's just a little bit too big, and it's, can you see that? It's going in crooked. Isn't exactly what I wanted, but it makes sense. There's no connection between this outer plate and the inner plate. They have to be insulated because that's what the horn switch is. And now that I've turned all this extra material away, it's free. Go on there. The steering wheel will go on. These little roll pins are what cancel the blinker. Definitely want those back on there. Doing a test fit here. Oh man, I like that. That's so much better. I can reach the blinker and stuff with my hand still on the wheel. It's just a much better size. Oh, this is gonna be, I can tell this is gonna be the spot right here. And that weld looks pretty good. That thing's not going anywhere. All right, that works. I'm just gonna let it be this funny little switch for now. I'd like to get this thing on there, but I'm gonna do that later. I'm loving this. The size is good. I can find lots of comfortable positions. I've got a really clear view of the gauges. This is awesome. This thing's normally two-wheel drive, but it's got push-button four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive works, but it takes forever to engage. Like, you push the button, and it takes, I mean, sometimes 5 minutes for the four-wheel drive to turn on. So the four-wheel drive is vacuum actuated, and there's a couple of vacuum valves right here, and then down in here, hard to see, but that is the actual four-wheel drive actuator on the transmission. So at first I thought I had just weak vacuum, and so I was messing around in here and I broke off one of these little nubs. So I got to replace these valves, but because this thing's from Japan, I can't find the right parts, so I got a couple EGR valves for a Toyota Corolla or something like that. These are 12-volt vacuum solenoid valves, which is the same thing as what the truck has. Look how similar these are. The case is the exact same shape. I mean, that's a pretty close fit. The plug is different here, so I got to swap out this wire harness. And look at this extra piece here just comes right off. I mean, that is really close to being the same part. No. already know I got it mixed up because the four-wheel drive light is on, but the button is out. But let's do this. Ooh, that was quick. I just have to flip these two vacuum lines. All right, well, I'm pretty happy with that repair. I mean, those parts are basically the same thing. That was a lucky find. I'm not sure if this is the right belt. I just got this at Napa. It seems like it's the right width, but the center is not the right width. It's a lot wider in the center, so it's sitting higher up on the pulleys. Maybe that's just because it's new. There. Well, it's on there. The old belt. Definitely time to replace it. I think this one will work. I'm dying to know how much this thing weighs, so I'm driving to a scale that I know about. So there you go. Can you see that? 1620. Once upon a time, I had an old BMW, a 1990 BMW 325i. That engine had a timing belt, and the timing belt broke, and it ruined the engine. This engine has a timing belt, and it's an old engine. Doesn't have a lot of miles, but I'm changing that timing belt right now. So there's the crank pulley right there. You can probably just barely see it. There's a bolt that's holding it onto the crank. And of course the pulley just turns. And there's no way I'm gonna get an impact gun in there. And anyways, I don't have one. So I need to figure out how to keep the engine from rotating. How to hold this pulley still while I undo that bolt. Oh, I know. That should do it. What? Well, it's not as solid of a binding as I wanted. It's like it loads up the suspension, kind of lifts the back of the truck up. Well, this sucks. I got this replacement belt here. Thought I better check to see if it actually fits, and it's skinnier. And I thought, oh, does that spline pattern even fit on the pulley? No. No, the little nubs are too close together. Well, that worked pretty good. I made this tool to hold the crank still while I loosen that bolt. Well, it looks like it fits pretty good. This is really hard to see, probably impossible on camera, but I made sure the timing marks still line up. I couldn't find a timing mark on the cam pulley, so I just made a mark right there, and then there's a mark down on the crank pulley that lines up with a mark on the casting down here. Can't quite make it. This hill's pretty steep and it's all sand. It's doing pretty good though. All right, so we got the steering wheel fixed up, we got the four-wheel drive fixed up, new belts, timing belt. This thing's a riot. It just goes slow, but for around town, I mean, it's perfect. All right, that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Tune in for the next one.